And we are live. What's good, Charles? Your man, Dale Saint. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I really want to know podcast, man. How y'all doing? What's good out there, people? What's good? How y'all feeling, man? So, it's hump day, y'all. It's Wednesday. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. Hope things are working out for you. I'm sitting here checking the sound, making sure the sound is good. Hopefully today we won't have the StreamYard issues we had yesterday. Yesterday was a really good show, I thought. And we couldn't bring folks up. We had a really good show. We were talking about the future of, um, I guess, technology, AI, automation, and what would that mean to the people at the very bottom? Like, what would that mean to those people? We had a really good show yesterday, man. And I couldn't bring anybody up. I dropped the link, and something went wrong with StreamYard. Brother Chaotic was in the chat. Ah, man, we're gonna do a part two. We're gonna do a part two, and definitely want to get an opportunity to get some people up, and because I want to continue that conversation, man. That was a really good conversation, man. So shout out to all y'all. Um, yeah, I just want to get that out there. Brother Dino's in the building. What's good, fam? How you feeling? Brother DL, tenant question for you. Why did the protagonist in Black Combat fight scene empty the handgun into the walls? He wanted to empty the weapon so the protagonist that wasn't wearing the black suit wasn't shooting. Dude, I watched it, man. I not only did I watch the making of Tenet or understanding Tenet, man, I watched at least 10 videos and like 5 or 6 reviews from 2 years ago on Tenet. I've watched so much Tenet stuff that's all that's in my queue right now. I'm mad at you, bro. You got Tenet all over my queue. But now, man, the Tenet, like I said in the show, I think Tenet was just too much. I think the premise was bigger than the story. It overshadowed the story. It blurred the story. Honestly, I think it was just too hard. And then again, they were mashing the action scenes with that story, that time story, and it just overpowered. And so you watch the action scene and fights like this is good, but why are they fighting in reverse? And why is this and why is that? And you're trying to figure it out. And who is that? And how many versions of that person is out there? And like that finale. I guess the name of the boy, the one you said was the little boy growing up. I forget the name of the character, but at the very end, how he had to go get a vehicle because he saw what was going on. And I mean, it was like 5 versions of that character running around during that sequence. Bro, I blew some gaskets in my mind trying to follow that, bro. But you know what I mean? I see you love Tenet. I'm not quite there. Great, but like I said, it was. And you guys, we're talking about the movie Tenet. Go back and check it on this platform. We did. I finally saw Tenet. Was the thumbnail. Check that out. We had a good conversation. Yeah, and that's why Brother Dino put mine F in there, because it blew gaskets in my head trying to keep up with that. Brother Jack is in here. We got the Knights in the building. Was good. The lack of infrastructure in these small towns is getting unreal. In Florida, build a house without roads to match the number. Yeah, it's crazy out there, bro. You get that not just in Florida, but like rural America. You just find it just like that, man. It's crazy. Thousands of houses are like that. Yep. And Brother Dino is like, see, the is what Nelson wants mine F. Right. So yeah, I think Nolan, Christopher Nolan, like he definitely did that thing. Like I said, it took him years just to work the script out, man. Like, total time was like over 10 years to work that script out, to kind of get it to where they can even make it into a movie. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm looking forward to his next one. Nolan has something coming out, doesn't he? I think he has something coming out. Right. And he's like, and I think you were trying to say this is what Nolan wants, mine F. Yeah, this is what Nolan wants. But Tenet was like I said, man, it was a fascinating movie, great premise, good story, but just hard to follow. And again, yesterday we were talking about the future of AI and automation, and how will the people at the bottom, will they survive? What will happen with them? Man, like I said, we're gonna do a part 2 to that. I'm gonna try to get a part 2 to that next week, bro. That was a good conversation. Sister Candace was in the building. Like Chaotic was in here, Brother Dino was here, Brother Jack. Everybody came out for that one. That was a good one. I want to that might turn into a series, man, because I want to continue that conversation. I'm really curious because I'm not afraid of the future. I welcome the future, automation and all the rest of it. But I'm in a place in life where I can. I'm just, what about those people who aren't quite ready for it? What does it mean for them? I think we're going to continue that conversation. It's a good one. It's a good. And then Jack, oh, yes, right. He did Oppenheimer. That is him. He released, and that was Christopher Nolan. Oppenheimer. I'm going to watch that. I'm definitely going to check that out. The reviews are pretty much the same. I mean, it's highbrow. It's again, he's time jumping. So it's one of those stories where he's telling the story starts here, then it goes back there, then it jumps forward to there, then it comes back. It's one of those stories. I'm definitely going to check that out. Maybe this weekend. I need to find more stuff to do. Not find more stuff to do, but work more stuff into my schedule. Maybe I'll go this weekend. Maybe I'll take my wireless mics with me, go in, watch the movie, and then after the movie, maybe I'll stop a couple strangers and ask them what they thought of the movie and kind of film that. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I need one more piece of equipment, one more rig to hold my camera while I do that. So I'm going to be doing some experimenting. But Friday for sure, I got a meeting with the Knights. New Templars are meeting Friday. If anybody interested, y'all know what time it is. Let me know if y'all want to come check us out. But after that meeting, I'm going to do a little dancing, man. I haven't gone to my salsa spot in a while. Brother Dino says, guarantee Oscar for Nolan. I know many more time travel movies. Yeah, I know a bunch too, man. I'm about to put a list. You should put a list together, man. Give me your top 5. Give me your top 5 time travel movies, bro, and I'll try to work it out to where I can see them. You see how long it took me to watch Tenet, but I'll try to see what I can do to work that in there. Brother Jack was good, but you just have to understand him as a director. I like the use of black and white and color to show time. Yeah, people do that. They'll do black and white. Sometimes they'll do a different tint on. They'll do a different lens where they'll make like most of it look yellow. Battlestar Galactica did that in that series. When they went to Cobalt, they would use a different lens, or when they went back to Caprica, they would use a slightly different lens or different angles. That's just good filmmaking, and it makes it easier for people to follow. Makes it easier to follow. Brother Jack is saying, make sure it's on a large screen and it's made in that IMAX 70 millimeter film, so the picture quality is nuts. I probably will. I probably will do that. I mean, Tenet was red and blue. Yeah, most certainly was. Most certainly was. But so yeah, man. So we're, as you guys can see, we're gonna continue to talk about different movies and time stuff and different ideas, and we're gonna continue to do this. Today, we're gonna be talking about the Passport Bros. Before I forget, like and subscribe, people. I'm supposed to say that. People keep getting on me. I got friends who watch the videos and they just hit me up like, you're not saying like and subscribe enough. Either put the thing up, put the banner up, or say it yourself. So I'm gonna start saying it. Like and subscribe, folks, and share if we say something that's cool, to share. Shout out to YouTube Shorts. They are pushing those shorts like crazy. And I've been really putting out shorts, like chopping up these videos into shorts. 1 minute shorts and less. I've also done I've done like 8 to 12 minutes and then break that down to 1 minute or less. I got a few out there that's already done like thousands. I was talking about male loneliness, was kind of going to tie into the story what we're going to talk about today. Was talking about what happened on the riverboat, that brawl, and over the past few days, man, we've had some shorts, like I said, there's a couple out there over 1,000. It's a couple out there over like around 2,000, a little bit over 2,000. Those are big numbers for this platform, man. So shout out to everybody out there who's watching, and people are being cool, and I'm getting really good, feedback from folks. They live in like cool comments. Brother Dino's always commenting, and shout out to you, brother. Wonderful 34 is always commenting. Like our day ones are commenting, but then we get people, strangers out there just watching the video and making comments, and they're being nice. I tip my hat off to them. You know what I mean? Hey, Brother Jack, like, yeah, man, we're here to talk about the Passport Bros, man. We're not to talk about the Passport Bros, boys, the Passport Bros, the movement. I mean, y'all know how I feel about that. There's no matter where you go on planet Earth, you're gonna have to deal with, you're gonna have to deal with women. You're chasing women, where you got to deal with people. And you're gonna have that understanding. And I boil that understanding down to game. You're gonna have to. You need game. You need to understand what you are doing, right? So there was Fresh and Fit does every Friday they do a live call-in show for their early show, and people can kind of call in and talk about whatever they want to talk about. I think this was last Friday or maybe the Friday before. It was a call-in show where a caller called in. He was a passport guy, and he had some stuff he wanted to say about about Myron and Fresh, and his thoughts. So on what he believed that they were saying about that whole passport bro movement. They call it a movement. It's weird. It's just people get a passport and travel. They call it a movement. I call it traveling and meeting folks. But yeah, man, we're gonna kind of break that down. So we got that going on. We're gonna break that down a little bit. And then there is a video from Breaking Points that's out that I just watched a few minutes ago. And they have Shoe on Head, who's a big YouTuber. I did a reaction to one of her videos about lonely men. I was talking about having videos that did a lot. I did a video I told the story of the first time I got a hug. It was one of my Lit Saint episodes. I came home one night. I was at a strip club and there was some dude in there trying to make friends. And I came home to talk about it. And in that episode, I talked about the first time someone gave me a hug. That video is a short. It's doing really well. I think it's around 2,000 views on that. Again, it's just like a 1 minute short. It was a lot of comments on that one. There was a lot of guys, a lot of women. Of course, the women were saying the "aw" kind of stuff, doing that. But it was a couple brothers who actually went in there and was like, "Yeah, that's me. I'm the guy that can't, this lonely is out here I can't get any help." Some of the dudes were bitter. I reached out to all of them. I reached out to the bitter dudes. They didn't want help. Because I was reaching out to them like, "Look, bro, I can help you." You know what I mean? Real talk. And I would have been more than happy to listen to that guy. I wasn't even gonna charge this dude nothing. Like, bro, I can help you, man, for real. But he never got back to me. I'll keep trying, but that video did really good. Again, it's such a short. So a lot of that stems from, this passport bro movement, these dudes out here being players, this whatever, the leading with your wallet, the OnlyFans thing, all that stems from loneliness. I think it stems from dudes tired of being invisible. They're not seen and not heard, not just by women, but by no one. And these are guys who are just out there, man, like they don't understand things. They just don't get it. And it doesn't jive with what their understanding of the world. Again, if you come from an environment where everyone tells you everyone's a winner, everyone gets a trophy, participation awards and all that stuff, no corporal punishment, you ain't never been punched, you ain't never been punched in the mouth. You've been protected your whole life, and then they unleash you into this world, and you realize that all that stuff ain't true. Well, it's just going to manifest this way, and it's going to manifest itself in different ways. Right? Some people are going to lash out. Some people just going to go hide their head, go hide somewhere in the basement, put their head in the sand. Some people are going to just try to leave. Some people become, bitter. Some people become monks. Like, you get all kind of stuff that it's just because men are problem solvers, and they want to solve these problems. And this passport bro thing, I think this is a solution that a lot of guys have embraced, because it seems to be an easy solution to get what they want, the intimacy, but more important is being seen. More importantly, they could go, not just they could get a baddie, but she'll talk to him. There'll be multiple women looking at him, coming over, wanting to holler at him, and they just get all this attention. But they don't really understand what's going on. You're getting all this attention, but you don't know how to handle it, right? Just like if you snatch somebody out of a situation where they're poor, they're destitute, they've never had anything, and you give them $10 million, they're going to blow through that money so fast because they don't have the game to know what to do with that kind of bread, right? Same thing. You take a dude who's basically broke in the sexual marketplace, he's never had anything, he's a brokey for real, and then you place him in a situation where he goes to the top of the structure. He goes from being the bottom of the bottom 80 to the top 10%. He's not going to know what to do. He's going to need game for that, right? So that's what we're going to be talking about. And we're going to start with this Fresh and Fit thing. So shout out to Fresh and Fit doing their thing. My dudes are out there hustling. They always go back to square one and go back to the drawing board and come up with new plays, and they come out doing their thing. So shout out to Myron and Fresh doing their thing. Just a few days ago, they had Steve the Accountant on the daytime show, man, was a great show. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to watch that show. Anyone out there who's thinking about being an entrepreneur, anybody that's just doing any kind of side hustles, they're starting to kind of make money, you must watch that episode. They talk about LLCs, they talk about S corps, sole proprietorships, why you shouldn't do it. They talk about C corps a little bit. It's a lot of great information in that episode. Y'all should definitely check that out. So, but if you're just living a regular life, you're just doing your 9 to 5 or whatever, you're not doing anything on the side, no hustles, no other money coming in, I just keep doing you. Just go ahead and tune into the nighttime shows. That's what you do, and watch the crazy ladies. That's where people seem to be watching. I don't watch those shows. I used to a couple years ago. I used to when they first started, but now it's just a little bit too wild. Whatever podcast, same thing. I just watch some clips sometimes. But this conversation they were having with this brother, this passport bro, calls in on the call-in show. And let's check this out and see what they are talking about. So let's pull this up. And shout out to everybody who's here. Appreciate y'all. I see we got a lot of Ninja watchers, man. You guys are so welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. Please check it out. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. Don't be afraid to subscribe. So let's check this out.
Extra money. All right, who's up next?
We got
any haters? Put a hater on the line.
We have 2084.
If you're a hater on the line, you got something to say about me, Chris, Fresh, or Mo, go ahead and drop your last 4 digits of your number in the chat, and we'll get you on the line.
Let's go.
Actually, you know what? I don't got no hate like that. I just got a debate.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so basically, y'all said a lot of stuff about, the passport bro movement. I don't know if y'all heard about my channel, Travel Tribe Raw. I'm over here in the motherland, traveling around, beautiful women. But I tell people go out more than just to smash the women, go out for other reasons as well.
Yep.
When it comes to it, y'all be saying things like, passport bro stuff is never gonna work. Y'all not really for that whole movement. I just wanted
we never once said that, bro.
Who said that?
We never once said that.
You're definitely not for it, Myron. I've heard you a couple of times.
Absolutely not.
I'm a passport bro.
Absolutely not. This is what we said about passport bros. Because a lot of you guys tend to get this twisted over on that side of the community. We acknowledge that American and Western women are not the best, and going to another country might be your best move. However, we tell guys that female nature is female nature, and women are going to behave the same way regardless of their socioeconomic status or where they're from. You still need to have game to understand females to a certain degree. And the other thing we said, because a lot of guys love to ask us about passport bros when we have a panel full of women here, we say women don't give a shit about passport bros, and that's true. American women in general don't care about passport bros. That's what we said. But in no way are we like making fun of passport bros or saying it's not a valid response to the way that women are. We support passport bros. We've said that a bunch of times. Like, yo, we get it. Get your passport. You want to go international? Cool. But don't expect American women to care about it. They don't give a shit.
And right there's a perfect example of you saying what you say, but people hearing what they heard. You feel me? Like you can say what you want to say. I've had this conversation with folks. I've had people say, well, you believe a certain way, this, that, and the third. I'm like, I didn't say that. And then you go back because they heard what they wanted to hear. They didn't hear necessarily what I was saying. They heard what they wanted to hear. There's nothing wrong with that. So, the fact that they do this show, and this is probably why one of the reasons that Myron and Fresh, they do this. They give people an opportunity to call. You can kind of clear the air. I granted, I don't watch Fresh and Fit as much as I used to. I still watching. I'm busy doing other things. You know what I mean? And I thought that they were taking a turn that I didn't really want to work with like the whole Nick Fuentes thing. And I can see that, okay, they tried that and it looks like they've backed, they're backed away from it. But I can see when, but I can see why they do this so they can clear the air and people know, like, it's like, all right, look, that's not what I said. And going back in the day, Myron and Fresh never said anything negative about passport bros. They simply said that you need to understand female nature. If you're going to go, it doesn't matter where you go, you're going to have to deal with female nature when you get there. And, and in this particular episode, they're going to really, dig down into their beliefs on America and good women and stuff like that. Because A lot of people out there will say things about the manosphere, the red pill world, and like, these people hate women, these this and that. They think they're this, they think all that. It's like, I didn't hear that. Sometimes you can draw conclusions like, well, they said this and they said that, therefore is this. But I didn't hear them say that directly. You know what I mean? But like, it is what it is. Brother Dino wants to know what's my definition of passport bro. I believe passport bros, this movement, as they put it, I think passport bros make up a segment of guys who are way younger than me. Some are my age, but the vast majority of passport bros are guys in America who have become very frustrated with where the sexual marketplace is and the dating game is in America. Most of these guys tend to be invisible. Some of these dudes, like the Austin guy, like tall guy in shape, is making money. You got those dudes in the passport bros movement as well, but the majority of the passport bros, in my opinion, are those guys with no real game that are losing in the dating world in America, and they believe it's easier to go someplace like Central or South America, or like to the Far East or something like that, like to the Philippines or like to Southwest Asia, and they're gonna do better when it comes to womanizing because the culture is different. They think a lot of the passport bros believe that women in America are not worth pursuing. So I think the passport bros are these dudes between, I don't know, I'd say between 18 and 30. Maybe a little, I think the vast majority of them, they'll get a little bit of money, they'll take a trip to the DR or Colombia or, Panama. They'll take these trips, they'll go out there and find success with women. And by success, I mean the women are talking to them, the women are letting them smash. And these women are quote unquote feminine. These women, like you're beautiful, soft spoken. They're not confrontational. They're not going to give you a lot of attitude. They're not going to talk crazy. And they're just falling in love with these women. But what they fail to realize is that a lot of these women are just running game and they're getting money. So these dudes are going over here, and these are guys who are used to leading with their wallets, which is probably why they didn't have that much success in America. But they'll go to some other country leading with their wallet. It doesn't cost them nearly as much. And they're happy with that compromise. Like, well, I could go to Panama and spend a fraction of the money I could spend in America, and the woman's going to let me smash at the end of the night. And then they fall in love with these women. And these women let them believe that they love them. Oh, yeah, baby. Yes, papi. I love you. Te amo and all that kind of stuff. But she's saying that to 15, 20 dudes. And she's running a rotation. And if you're a passport bro and you don't understand that part of the game, your success is only going to last as long as your money does. And then these dudes will get married to some of these women, bring them back to America, and then they have problems. We've had Last Good Man in Jersey on here, Brother Gene. We talked about this. He loves the Philippines. And we had a whole show about how you need game wherever you go. And even at the end of that show, he agreed, like, yeah, you need a certain awareness. Yeah, you do need a little bit of game. And his point was, even if a girl games you in the Philippines, you're not going to lose nearly as much money as you would in Brazil, you know what I mean, or in Russia, or, you know what I mean, one of those Eastern European countries. And I'm like, well, you still need the game. So that's my definition of passport bros. These guys aren't necessarily traveling for culture. They're traveling to meet beautiful women. And the reason they want to leave America is because they're frustrated with the way that things are here. And I think a lot of the problem that they're facing in America is due to the technology changes in the dating game, right? So, and if you don't have any game, if you're invisible, it's really hard. It's really hard to get on in America. You gotta know what you're doing. I hope that made sense. Miss AKA ladies in the building, what's good? What's good? Good to see you. Glad you are here. Brother Dino DL, short-term holiday fund for permanent relocation outside or U.S. with a partner. Short-term holiday fund or permanent relocation outside U.S. with a partner. Huh. Let me write that down. I'll definitely tackle that as a DL short-term holiday. I'm gonna have to explore that. You write that down. Sorry, You know, I can't write and talk at the same time, y'all. So, and you're asking me, but I'm thinking about as a DL short, I think it'd be a good one. But I know you're asking me, DL, short-term holiday for fun or permanent relocation outside the U.S. with a partner? Both. I've had the short-term fun, and and I've been to a lot of countries on planet Earth. So it's not just, and a lot of people like, oh, you just, South America, Central America. Nah, I've been to Europe. You know what I mean? I've been to the Middle East. I've been to Asia, Southwest Asia. I've had fun pretty much everywhere you can have fun. Not everywhere, but a good chunk of the country, good chunk of the world. I've engaged with people from all over the world. Even I haven't been to Australia, but I've engaged with Australians and stuff like that. Same with New Zealand. Short-term fun on a holiday or a vacation. For me, that's not the mission. If I take a trip, I'm not going somewhere like, oh, I'm just going to be able to smash. If I take a trip because I have game, because I know what I'm doing, because I can hold a conversation, that tends to happen. It'll just happen. You meet someone, you guys, like what the kids say, you vibe, right? It's just a vibe, whatever. Like, it's just, you're comfortable with someone, they're comfortable with you. You're in their country, they can show you around. You go places. Money's not a problem because you're on vacation, you're on holiday, so you've saved up, you have money for that. She's having a great time, you're having a great time. Boom, she comes back to your place, or you go to hers. I would suggest you bring her back to your hotel. Don't go to her house, but I'm just saying, right? Y'all get it on. And then you wake up the next day and y'all go do more stuff. I mean, it could turn into like this, like this special kind of, week or weekend or whatever with this person. That is great. That is so much fun. Like, I mean, that's just amazing. And then, when it's like for someone now, like I'm waiting for my daughter to finish school. Like once my daughter is finished with school, I'm out of America, bro. So I will be doing the second part of that. I will relocate outside of the US and find a partner, more than likely. I will leave. I might be in Colombia. I might be in the Philippines. I might go to South Korea. I might go to Japan. I might go to France. I will more than likely, I will not more than likely, I will definitely be outside of America. I will probably spend 3 months, no less than 4 months in America every year. I'll be gone. I'll just come home and stuff. And I'm pretty sure as time goes on, I'll spend less and less time here in the US. That's just my plan. I'll do both. You know what I mean? Chaotic's in the building. Where are you at? And that's Jack Black was saying that. Is Chaotic in the building? I don't think he's in here. I don't see him. Yeah, and then Miss AKA lady, in London, holiday is just vacation. It's just vacation. That's just what they use. Imagine, Henri, you're gonna wake up with your stuff stolen. It hasn't happened yet, bro. It has not happened yet. Waking up with my stuff stolen. Why? Because I got game. You got to be able to piece that together. If you're somewhere like the Philippines, stay in a hotel, a real nice hotel, they won't let your guests come out without you escorting them out. And they're starting to do that a lot in Colombia as well. You got to understand a lot of these countries, especially like the second and third world countries, second and third world countries, they want to look out for tourism. They want to look out for the tourists. So they're out there protecting, those Westerners who are traveling. So this is why you spend money on a good place to stay. Again, this is all part of the game. This is all part of understanding. You take a trip somewhere, you want to stay someplace nice and secure. So if I bring someone, let's say I bring a bunch of girls into my room and I'm in Colombia somewhere, they're not going to be able to leave unless I escort them out, or at least get on the phone and say, yeah, let them out. That's cool. Because they want to protect the money or the tourists. They want to protect us. Tourism is what keeps most of these countries afloat. So I don't really worry that much about waking up with my stuff stolen. It could happen. It could happen. If you go back through my content, I tell a story of when it should have happened. One time it should have happened. And I was telling a story about a dude I know met this woman, brought her back. He got so drunk, he passed out, safe open, everything. And she didn't take anything. That was luck. That was sheer luck. Like, she should have reached in that safe. She should have, but she was a good person and she didn't do it. So lucky for him, he actually talked to a good woman. And he was in a hotel where security wasn't on that. She left, no problem. It was the next morning. They didn't even call to check or whatever. So yeah, she had the perfect opportunity to get him, but she didn't. Wonderful 34's in the building. What's good, fam? So yeah, you're right though. You got to be careful. That's part of the game. You have to understand the game. A lot of dudes don't understand that game. They get their pockets ran more ways than one. They get their pockets ran more ways than one. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, brother Dino, yeah, I say both, man. I like it when I take these trips and I come across, these some real cool women. Like I got some stories like that about some French women. Not in France though. But I got some stories like that about some Spanish women, Japanese women. I got stories like that, bro. But you got to know what you're doing, and that's my biggest thing with the passport bros. Like y'all got to know what y'all doing, and they learn. Because this is new to them. They don't like the way things are going in America. They don't have the game to overcome it. So they have a problem. So how do they solve the problem? They get their passports and they jump on a plane and they go to a place where those issues don't exist, but other issues do. So, it is what it is. These passport bros, like guys are like going to Africa. I'm going to Africa, man, bro. That's one continent I pretty much steer away from. But go ahead. You know what I mean? Go ahead, bro. And you know that Brother Mandrill can't stand the continent of Africa. He has some bad missions over there. Like I've served over there. So I'm not a big fan of Africa, but that doesn't mean there's not great places in Africa. I hear good things about Nigeria. I hear good things about South Africa. Although they're having problems with kidnapping and their power grid right now in South Africa. I hear good things about Ghana. I mean, but I just don't want to go. That's just me. I don't want to go. I'm not trying to go to Nigeria. You know what I mean? So, but for those who do go, man, go ahead. Do your research, do your due diligence, check it out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Last good man, the Jersey's in the building. What's good, fam? Appreciate it, bro. I was just talking about you, man. It's funny you came here. We were just talking about our show we did when we were talking about Philippines and dating and stuff like that. So, like, it is what it is. Lady Navoa's in the building. What's good, sis? How you doing? Appreciate all the love, all the comments. Thank you so much. So, yeah, so we got this passport bro who's called into Fresh and Fit. He's talking to Myron. He's basically telling Myron, you guys have a problem with the movement. When you guys first started, you got a problem with passport bros. Myron was like, nah, I don't got a problem with that. Do you? But you still need to have game to some extent. So let's continue.
I remember you saying earlier on when the passport bro movement had just kind of started. I mean, we know men have been traveling for a while now, but
yeah,
you did mention that you were not for the passport bro movement at first. But maybe if something's changed, okay, boom, I get that. But my thing is just like, okay.
No, we're saying no.
Part, which is the last
what I said is we're here in Miami dealing with what I'm
good.
saying is that we're here in Miami dealing with American women where the hypergamy is at the highest, etc. So we're able to give guys real-time information and real-time ways to deal with westernized, rambunctious, masculine ass woman in the United States because we're actually here. But in no way are we sitting like here saying like, oh yeah, passport bros, like we don't fuck with y'all, we hate y'all, blah blah. No, we're cool with it, bro. Like, but what I'm saying though is that passport bros tend to think that American women care that they're leaving. That's where they're wrong. That's my only thing. I say American women don't give a shit that y'all are leaving. They really don't.
As a channel that's pro men, right, and that's for men having like the best case scenario, best case solution.
So you heard it straight from Myron, their thoughts on the Passport Bros movie, right? And then you got this guy who has a channel. He's obviously, 100% in on the travel lifestyle, the Passport Bro thing. So he said, like I said, like all little debate, he has pushback for Myron and Fresh. He doesn't want to accept what they are saying. That's another thing too. Like Myron saying, nah, bro, we don't. Basically, Myron saying we don't care. Go do you, have fun. Right. He's like, well, but we, he's like, we focus on what's going on here in America. This is where we are, in particular, Miami. And yeah. And I keep telling y'all about Miami. You look, you do better in Miami talking to women than any other major city in America, in my opinion. I'm just letting you know. The women down there play fair. They play fair. Yeah, they get these women who come on to the platform and Fresh and Fit. Most of those women don't even live in Miami. Right. But a lot of those women, like the crazy, the ones who be wilding out, South Beach. That's not Miami. That's not Miami. Those are people who just do their time on South Beach and all that, spend their time on South Beach. That's not Miami, man. Doral, right? Brickell, Homestead, Kendall, Hialeah. Oh, that's Miami, bro. Like real Miami. You know what I mean? So, it's like Sweetwater, even Sweetwater. It's a place like Sweetwater, Miami Gardens, Miami Lakes. Like even like, bro, it's a whole different type of person, man. The women down there be playing fair. Brother Dino's like, Egypt is on my bucket list and safe. Oh man, I don't know, man. Cairo can be kind of sketchy, bro. Cairo can be sketchy. I do plan to go to Egypt at some point, but I'll be with some people. I'll be with some people who's like secure with a team. If I were to go to Egypt outside of that group, only person I'll go to Egypt with is my dude Rook. I'll go to Egypt with Rook, but I wouldn't go to Egypt with just any of your body, man. Like Cairo could be rough. Like you could really get jacked up. Just, there's so many hustles going on in Egypt, like even with the camel ride stuff and people, the tourists are like the people who allegedly are there to provide services to and from the pyramids so you can see all it. You gotta be careful, man. Know who you're dealing with, man. There's a lot of folks out there that will get you, bro, and they ain't playing. So be careful with Egypt. Miss AKA lady, what do you mean by Miami women play fair? I mean that Miami women. What do I mean by that? When I say play fair, I mean that they're easy to talk to. They're beautiful. They're fun. They're cool. They're easy to talk to. So if you hear me talk, if I say, hey man, I was in Dallas, man, and they were playing fair, that means the women were not giving a lot of negative vibes. They weren't out there, being boss babes. They weren't out there, with the funky attitudes. They were just cool. Like, hey, what's going on? That's another way of me saying like the women there are cool. So when you go to Miami, especially for big cities, like, yeah, you need to be gamed up, but you'll be surprised you don't use your game. Like your game is like holstered. You know what I mean? Your game is like a 6-shooter in the Wild West. It's in the holster. You barely pull it out. But if you're in LA, man, you got that game pulled out all the time. Same in New York, a little bit in Atlanta. Atlanta's changing. Like Atlanta's kind of gotten weird. Like I don't know what the hell's going on in Atlanta right now, bro. Shit, you don't even know what gender you talking to these days, bro. Like Atlanta is a little different, but like I'm like, what's going on? DC, you have your hand on your game. You don't pull it out all the time, but you get your hand on your game. But down in Miami, man, you just out there having a good time. Hey, how you doing, love? Like women make eye contact, you go up. Hey, you can talk to a woman simply by saying how you doing. That's what's going on. How you doing? You guys are in a conversation. I mean, I've seen beautiful women in packs, just dudes say hi, whatever, and they'll stop and talk. You don't get that in LA. You don't get that in San Diego, San Francisco, Vegas, New York. I mean, it's you need more. You gotta, there's more to it. So that's what I mean by playing fair. And that's that's an old school Midwest term. Brother Lou's in the building. What's good, man? As a man, the last person you need validation from is a woman who already said no. Get your confidence up. Fact. Confidence is key. And a lot of these passport bros and a lot of men in general today, especially the young men, y'all lack confidence. Y'all lack confidence. The number one thing women want from a dude is not height, is not fitness, is not money. It's confidence. It's confidence. Again, I remember when we talk about this stuff all the time, say, hey, when you approach a woman and she shoots you down, you walk away with the same confidence that you walked up there with. Hold your head high. Don't say nothing disparaging to her. Okay, love, pleasure talking to you, and just keep it moving. Even if she's nasty, it doesn't matter. Just smile, walk away with the same confidence, have a drink. She's going to be watching you and continue to work the room. I guarantee you 7 times out of 10, that woman to come back to you and want to say something. And then if you want to get fly, you can get fly. But even then, I don't get fly. Just stay away from those type people, man. Just stay away from them. But confidence is the key. If you lack confidence in America, you're gonna lack confidence in the Philippines. But the difference being, I think that a lot of these passport bros, they touch down someplace like Colombia, and they quickly build this fake sense of confidence because everything seems so easy. So you're gonna seem more confident when you seem like you're good at it now. So you talking to a woman you think is beautiful, and you just you seem confident. So you go to the next woman, same thing, man. She's just being herself, right? So they get that confidence, and then they come back to America, and that confidence falls right off because now you're dealing, now you're in the real battle, you're in the real trenches, and they can't handle it because the confidence is fake, it's not earned. You know what I mean? When you go out there and become a competent person, you know, Myron talks about that all the time on Fresh and Fit, at least he used to. You know what I mean? That competence, right? You know, it leads to confidence. I forget how he has a saying he uses, and I forgot. Competence leads to accomplishments, which leads to confidence, I think is what it is, or something like that. But you know, he's right. He's right. You know what I mean? You need to be accomplished. You need to be out here, you know, making a dent in the universe, getting good at whatever it is you do, and you're gonna be confident in all things. You know, guys who are like, I'm confident at womanizing. All right, let me take you somewhere where it's hard. And then if you take them to certain places and they're not getting on because the women aren't the type of women they used to dealing with, they leave. They leave. A true confident dude is good. He's confident in whatever room he's sitting in. I don't care what kind of women. It could be chicken heads or it could be noble women. It doesn't matter to me. I can sit in all those rooms and I'm a holler. And if they ain't in it, if they're not with it, it doesn't hurt my confidence at all. I'm gonna still keep it moving. Right. So you definitely got to get your confidence up, brother. You're right about that 100%. And a last good man in Jersey is talking to Brother Donnie, like, yeah, they're going to have a race to see who gets into Egypt first, man. Y'all have a good time, man. Be safe over there, bro. Like I say, bro. Miss AKA lady, she's like ATLs and no fly zone. Bro, Atlanta's kind of different, man. Like I've watched Atlanta change from the early 80s, not early, I say mid 80s. First time I went down to Atlanta, I think it was like 82, you know what I mean? 85, somewhere in there. I was a youngin'. Back then, man, Atlanta was popping. Then I remember going back down in Atlanta doing Freaknik in those years, right? Popping. Like the first two Freakniks. You know, like the big ones. Popping. Atlanta was, man, you go down Atlantic, there's beautiful women everywhere, man. It still had that southern thing going on. But after the 2000s, man, like Atlanta began to change. Yeah, I noticed a shift in Atlanta. And there was a lot of gay dudes. Nothing against y'all gay people out there, gay brothers, whatever. But I remember last time I was in Atlanta, it was a long time ago, man. I was walking down, not the last time, but one of the times I was in Atlanta, I'm walking down Peachtree, bro, and some dude pulled up on me, like trying to holler at me. And then when he realized I wasn't gay, he like smashed off like, you could tell he was. So that was like during the height of that down low era. I don't know if they still doing it. And down low, man, there was a lot of guys out there who were closet homosexuals. And they would go out, these dudes, big ripped dudes, got girlfriends and wives and kids, but they would be going out looking for men at night or during the day or whatever, hollering at each other. They had this little thing going on. That whole down low thing was crazy. And it like Atlanta's been kind of, you know, morphing and shifting ever since. You know what I mean? So it's like it's crazy. You know what I mean? So it's funny. Miss AKA, she said, I consider every man in the ATL to be gay unless proven straight. See what I mean? See what I mean about that whole down low thing in Atlanta? Ooh, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, brother. Brother Lou, nah, ATL. You have to give women the Crocodile Dundee test before you move forward. Facts. You gotta do the Trump. Got to grab him by the Foxy Brown. Sister Rosa in the building. What's good, sis? How you doing? I see you. Yeah, what's up, girl? How you feeling? I hope all is well with you. I hope all is going good. It looks like it is. You're like, hola, como estás? Good to see you, sis. Miss AKA lady, he was trying to get them digits shortly. Right, dude was trying to get on. I looked at him like, man, I was ready. Yeah, it was going to get physical, but not the kind of physical dude was hoping for. You feel me? he smashed off like, I'll never forget that. Like, this some dude just tried to holler at me, man. What kind of city is this? And that's when women started telling me about the whole download thing. So let's get back to it. Like, you know, this passport bro is saying what he has to say. Even though Fresh and Fit are both saying, nah, man, we don't have a problem with y'all, you know, this whole passport bro thing. Don't put that on us. We're not saying that. We're simply saying this. And dude still doesn't want to acknowledge it. But let's continue.
To the problems that they're dealing with. Wouldn't you say they're pushing men more to different countries? You know, just how the other races are doing, how they come collect their money from America, then they go ahead and they travel off, you know, go back to their country, put into their whoop-de-whoop, get a feminine woman. Wouldn't you say that's more, you know, realistic than, you know, trying to make it work with these toxic females, but the law is not in their favor?
We tell guys all the time, if you want to go international, go international. Just don't bring her back. We've said that several times.
Yeah, and that's agreed upon too. And so you're saying that the main thing that men should be, besides money and stuff. That's why I don't call myself fully a passport bro. But besides money, you know, because I definitely money comes first, then the women. But I'm saying besides money, you're saying the best place to get females is in foreign countries.
Bro, I never said that.
Bro.
All I'm simply saying, dude, is that we don't have an issue with passport bros. You know, my thing is you guys still need to understand female nature. They need to go in there with their eyes wide open so they don't get taken to the cleaner by women that go ahead and sell a dream of being feminine. And my biggest thing is because passport bros tend to think that American women care. All I'm saying is that American women don't give a shit that you left the United States to go find other women. Bro, they don't even care about niggas here in America. You think they're going to care about dudes that go international to find women? That's all I'm saying. Because
Right, so you got this dude who was saying, hey, Fresh and Fit, shouldn't you be telling men to leave these toxic women alone in America? That's the narrative he's trying to drive home. Myron and Fresh are like, no, we're telling men to get your game up. We're telling men to be the best version of yourself, get your money up, right? To get your awareness up, to be socially calibrated, do these things, and then you can go do whatever you want to do. So this guy, man, he says he's a passport bro, but he seems to be upset. Like, why are you mad, bro? Brother Rush is in the building. What's good with the $2 $2 super chat, man? Salute to you, brother. We sitting here talking about the passport bros. One of them was talking to Myron and Fresh a few days back. Brother G Hammer's in the building, man. What's good, fam? Good to see you, man. I guess you ain't gonna be able to stay, huh? But it's all good. Good to see you, Knight. Uncle Saint, what's good, dog? I got a team replay this one. I ain't mad at you, bro. Brother Cody's in the building. Cody is king, man. Oh, they care. Absolutely, they care. A lot of these dudes, man, wait. Cody is saying that the women in America care. That's my bad. I think Brother Cody is saying that the women care that men are leaving. I don't think they do, bro. Maybe they will at some point, but right now, most women aren't even aware of the passport bros movement. Because we got to understand it's the invisible dudes who are gone now. You know, those are the guys, like the women don't even know they exist. So why would they care if they're in America or Colombia or Cambodia or Vietnam or Egypt for that matter? They don't even know these dudes exist. So, but this guy coming up on Fresh and Fit is like, you know, you should be teaching all these men to leave the country. Why? Some dudes want to stay here. There are good women in America. There are good women in America. Real talk. There are good women here. Are they hard to find? Yeah. But they're here, and you need to have a serious understanding of our society to find them. But they're out there. I see them all the time. There are good women out there. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Looks like brother Dino Dinosaur and Last Good Man in Jersey. They're gonna be they're gonna have a party in Egypt, y'all. Hey, when y'all plan that trip, let me know. Maybe Uncle Saint to come join y'all in Egypt for a few days. You know what I mean? Let me know if y'all going. I might even have to come out there and holler at y'all. Last Good Man in Jersey saying the only reason I travel is because it makes your life better, not because you think you're ticking someone off. Right. You should be traveling for whatever reason. This particular guy, whoever this dude is on Fresh and Fit saying what he's saying. But what I'm hearing is a dude who's hurt. I'm hearing a dude is like, man, don't mess with them because they treated me bad. So you shouldn't mess with them either. We should all be passport bros. Like, man, whatever. You do you, homie. I'm going to go take care of that guy. That woman that made that woman that broke your heart. Yeah, I'm going to go smash her because my game is strong enough. I'm not going to just leave, right? Oh, I'm not going to mess with American women. Well, if you ain't going to mess with American women, so you can't mess with Canadian women. If you ain't strong enough to deal with American women, you certainly can't deal with Canadian women. You can't deal with New Zealand women. You can't deal with Australian women, English women, Scottish women, Irish women, French women. It goes on and on and on. You feel me? So you're just like, well, I need to go places where my money is so strong that it allows me to be seen. Fine. If that's what you want to do, fine. But understand that's what it is. It's the money. It's leading by your wallet, you know what I mean, to the 10th degree. It's you still need game. You still need game. Miss AK, hey lady, women in general don't like to feel like they lost a guy, even if they don't want the guy. Some women are like that. Yeah, some aren't. And that's part of the awareness. It's part of the game. There's ways around that. right? There's again, there are women out there who lack confidence just as much as these dudes do. But if you have game, you can situate yourself in such a way that woman will be interested in you. Right? And that's coming from a guy who's been seen, like I'm seeing. They're like, oh, it's because you 6 feet or taller and you just no, man. Doesn't matter how tall I am. I don't bore women. Right? Don't be boring. Don't be thirsty. You can't come out there thirsty. And you can't, the most important thing is you can't be afraid to lose. You can't be afraid to hear no. I heard no way more times than I heard yes, but that doesn't affect me. Not like that. Like I'm gonna lead a country to talk to women. That's ridiculous. Brother Lou, it shouldn't matter who cares. It matters who values your leadership, who are willing to get on your team. Facts. Brother Cody, they don't care about the invisible ones, but it's kind of dishonest to insinuate that that's who is passport broing. The dudes needs a passport and money and game in order to pick up these foreign chicks too. Facts. And that's my whole argument. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, you still need game. You still need understanding. Most guys don't even have one of the 3 things. Facts. But if your problem is you're tired of being invisible and you want some intimacy from a woman, man, you can go to Colombia and get a dime. You can go to Panama and get a dime. You can go to the DR. You can go to Costa Rica. Yeah, you can go there. You can absolutely. That will solve those 2 problems, but it will not solve the major problem, which is you. That's not going to get your confidence up, because when you come out of those places and you come back home, you still got to deal with this society. And then those guys are like, well, I'll just move there. Okay. When you move there, that woman you dealing with, now you're going to see how many other passport bros she was dealing with. So now you're in her frame and she's going to run her game and you still going to lose. At some point, you're going to catch her. And then you're going to be heartbroken thinking, oh, I was my woman. I was your woman when you were there. But there's 25 other dudes that she sees when they come through. She services. And I ain't mad at her. It is what it is. Right? So that's just one of those things, man. Let's continue with the video.
Passport bros always ask me the same question. Yo, ask the girls on the panel about passport bros. 99% of them don't know or care. So that's all I'm saying.
Cole, I think you're missing the point here.
I don't think those are passport bros, but I'm gonna be real. Nobody really cares about what American women think. That's why you have the men traveling outside.
But they keep asking us on the pod to ask the women, bro.
Okay, but he's gonna say that they're not passport bros. So, bro, this is simple.
They literally ask us at least once a show. Hold on. They ask us all the time in super chats. They ask us all the time. Ask the girls on the panel what they think about passport bros. And I always say the same shit. Bro, no one cares about passport bros. Women in America don't care about passport bros. They barely care about niggas that are here. Go ahead. You have some pressure.
Okay, so as a pro men,
and this guy's really pushing the point that he wants Fresh and Fit to tell all men to leave America, brother. And Cody is right. It is like finding a better fishing spot. But Cody's a fisherman. Right, these dudes aren't even good fishermen, so they'll fish anywhere they think that they can get a bite. So that's how I look at the passport bros. Like someone like Cody is King could come down to America and he gonna run his game and talk to who he wants to talk to. Women are gonna be lining up to holler at him, right? Point blank, period. I ain't met Cody in person, but I can just tell from our interactions and our conversations, he knows how to do it. He can do it in America, Canada, Mexico. He could, Germany. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Dudes who've had game can go anywhere and they can adjust to the situation on the ground and they're going to be successful with women, period. It may be easier in some places than others, but they're going to be successful everywhere. The passport bros to me are guys who refuse to work on themselves, who refuse to develop any sort of game. The passport bros to me are the product of everyone gets a trophy. That's how I see the passport bros. So you get you a passport and you go to some country where leading with your wallet is going to give you some sort of success. And again, what's your mission? Right? I talk about that all the time over here. What's your mission? If your mission is to smash, you ain't got to get your passport and go to Colombia or Mexico. You don't have to go to Tijuana to smash because you really using money anyway. You can spend money here. It's just going to be less money over there than it is here. It might cost you more money over here. So these passport bros, they get it twisted because they don't have the game. They go down there and they come back and they think, yeah, man, I'm just like you, Saint. I'm just like you, Cody. I'm down here. I'm pulling chicks. Like, no, you're not. Because you can insert me and Cody into those countries, right? And we don't have to have a dime to our name. We're going to have chicks. We're going to have women, period. Passport bros don't know how to do that. And that's how I view them. You know, then there's some dudes out there who do have game and they're just like, man, whatever, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. I'd rather go down to, you name the country and do it there. I'd rather go to Ecuador. I'd rather go to Venezuela, right? I'd rather go to Argentina. Wouldn't go to Venezuela right now, man. It's absolutely lethal. Argentina is getting bad too. But anyway, y'all get the point. I'd rather go there and spend a little bit of money and get me a woman who's going to come home and do all those things I want her to do. She's going to cook. She's going to clean. Okay, cool. I ain't mad at that. Right. And that guy's mission might be to get married. I want a woman who's just going to be more of a traditional woman in my eyes, that she's going to be willing to stay in a home and I have enough money to provide everything we need and it's going to be good. Okay, fine. I ain't mad at that. That's cool. That's your mission. Good luck. Right. But most passport bros, what they want to be is a player. And they go down here, me and my buddy Perry Davis Jr. was talking about how the passport bros are messing up the game in Colombia. We did an episode on that. Go back and check it out. These guys are going down there and just throwing money all over the place. And it's changing the way the women in these areas, especially the women in the game, are looking at Americans. It used to be like, shoot, man, I used to get $50 out of this guy, $20 out of this guy, and would hang out with him for the rest of the day. Now they're trying to get $500 out of the guy because some dude came down here and did it. One dude did it, and the rest of the women were like, well, they all can do it. So give it 5 years, and passport bros will be talking bad about Colombia, right? Give it 5 years, and passport bros will be talking bad about Costa Rica. Why? Because the women will have adjusted to the game to the point where they are picking out these passport bros as marks, and they're just getting them for money. And the passport bros are going to be comparing their notes to regular dudes who are down here smashing chicks. Like, well, are you paying her $500? Like, I ain't paying her nothing, man. Like, she coming to, nah, I ain't paying her nothing, bro. Why? Because he has game, and the passport bros are gonna get mad at the Colombian women, and now the Colombian women and the women from the DR are gonna be toxic, and they're gonna be like, you shouldn't go to those two countries. Watch what I say. You watch what I say. My bad. Let me catch up. Let me catch up. Brother Tez is in the building. What's good, fam? You know what I mean? Brother Tez, man. Hey, look, Brother Dino, last good man in Jersey, man. When y'all take a trip, man, make sure y'all tell me, because I might want to come through. I might want to come through, man, because I do want to go check out the pyramids and all that kind of stuff. I got friends who've done it. I just haven't got around to doing it yet. Brother Tez is like, I'm speaking facts, man. I'm telling it like I see it, bro. Brother Cody is king. If you had to pick a country to find a wife in, DL, pretend, what would you choose? Spain or France? Those are the two countries that I would. Italy. I would add Spain, Italy, France. If I'm trying to find a wife, and my mission was to find said wife, that's probably where I would go. Spain, Italy, France, in any order, any of those orders. That's where I would go, bro. Where would you go, man? Let me know. Where would you go? Again, pretend, because I know you ain't trying to have a wife. That's where I would go. And I mean, it just, the women I've met from those parts of the world, to me, seem very down to earth. I like the fact that they don't really care about makeup like that. I mean, they don't just douse themselves in makeup, especially in Italy. Like Italian women, they're just naturally beautiful. Same could be said for, like, French women from the countryside. They don't completely change. They use makeup to enhance their beauty. Spanish women are just so bold and not in a negative way either. Like, they're so confident and so, like the way that they handle their business, man, ride their bikes, even a woman from those places I just mentioned, that let's say they're out there making $100,000, $200,000 a year, they still value being a woman more than being the boss baby. They're not trying to be boss baby. Of course, there are some over there that are, but I don't know, man. I had some good experiences over there, bro. What countries would you pick? Brother Dino, he's like, you got the passport bros approaching regular working women for services. It's messed up. Yeah, bro. These passport bros don't know what they're doing. They have no game, man. They have zero game, and they're running around. Again, it's like if we pull somebody out of the trailer park, or we pull somebody out of the estates, like the projects in London or the projects here in America, and give them $10 million, how long before that money is gone, bro? It's gone just like that, because you just don't know how to handle that money. You just don't know what to do with it. You don't know what the first thing to do. You just don't know. So that's the thing with the passport bros. They get on a plane, they go somewhere, and they're burning up the spots. They show up and they just make it bad. And it's just, they may be the catalyst in some of these countries that makes women harder, and they make women, you know what I mean? So it's like women adapt faster than men. So the women in the game in Colombia, they wrecking these dudes. You know what I mean? Costa Rica, the DR, they're wrecking these dudes. They're extracting everything they want out of these dudes. And these guys are coming back saying, yeah, leave those American women alone. These women over here are way better. And these women over here just slowly draining you. So it is what it is. You know, Brother Cody was saying maybe Afghanistan or something. I did the French thing. Very nice choices, DL. LOL. Yeah, man. Like I like that. You know, the thing about those, especially like in France, there are a lot of Muslim women there. So, and that was another thing too. Like it was like, man, maybe two out of 5 French women that I met were Muslim. So, you know what I mean? They're raised in Islam, so you have that as well. I didn't find that in Spain. I didn't find that in Italy, but I did find that in France. But yeah, that's how my mind works, bro. Let's continue with the video.
Podcast, a pro men development podcast. Do you believe that men going out the country to find a wife is better than men trying to find a wife?
Bro,
inside of
you're trying to put men into a box about dating. We're just saying, look, as a man, you make money, you make good choices, and when you're ready, you can decide for yourself what you want to do. We're not saying to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C all the time. Yes, we have some pointers we could, reference, but we're just saying, look, as a man, you decide what you want to do. That's what we're saying here, bro. So passport bro or not, do what you got to do.
Okay, so dating, because in my opinion, dating coaches really aren't pushing for any type of progress in any way. It seems like a waste of time, to be real. You guys have Locario on there. I know he's a close friend of you guys, and he even is getting his woman smashed out by other dudes.
And then it always comes down to that, right? You know, these dudes start talking about like you dating coaches this and you dating coaches that and whatever. I can't speak for all the guys out there who are in that space making money off of this. There's some dudes out there who are just, running their pockets and telling these guys what they want to hear and actually, there are dudes out there who actually set you up with a chick that they pay for. So it's a working girl. You pay the coach money. He gives you these talking points. You go over there, use the talking points with the chick, and then the chick takes you up to a room and smashes you. And the guy thinks, oh, man, these talking points really work. Look, I got what I wanted. And it's like, nah, man, the coach paid for her. When I heard that, I thought that was hilarious. But again, people who are giving you real game, there's a part of the manosphere, the mano swamp out there that if you're listening to what they are saying, it is all about self-improvement. If Locario is saying whatever Locario is doing, Locario got game. That's another guy that you can drop anywhere with no money. He has game. He's going to get women. Dude has game. I don't know why this dude would even drop Locario's name. It's kind of silly or whatever to me. But, these guys who don't have game, they get upset at the dudes who do have game instead of just getting themselves together. Like, why would you be mad at me because I have the understanding and I'm trying to help you understand, but you mad at me? That's not how it is, DL. Come on, Saint. That's not how it is. That's exactly how it is, bro. That's exactly how it is. So, when they go out with me, like, yo, you want to come out with me? I'm gonna get you up on game. Give me your wallet. We're going into the strip club. What? Give me your wallet. Your mission is to get these dancers to spend 30 minutes with you and you not pay them a dime. That's your mission. Get her real name and get her phone number. You got 30 minutes to get it done. That's your mission. If you could do that, you got a little bit of game, bro. And those out there you think I'm playing, walk into a strip club, don't take any money with you. Go in there and talk. See if you can get any of those girls, any of those women to sit down with you for 30 minutes, give you their real name, their real phone number, not their Instagram, right? Not their social media with them thirst trapping. Their real number, their real name. Do that. If you can do that, that's how you work on it. And people like, man, you know, that's impossible. It's not impossible. I do it all the time. I do it just to stay sharp. I do it just to be playful and have fun. I got some time to kill. Me going here real quick. Kill some time. Holla, 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 boom, I'm out. Sometimes I'm successful. Sometimes I'm not. But it doesn't matter. I don't spend a dime. In the places I go to, they let veterans in for free. So it doesn't cost me nothing but time. Right, I just show my vet card. I'm in that joint. Veteran here. I walk right up in there. Where my seat at? And I just be talking to him. Gang. I talk so much, man. I be talking so reckless. Sometimes some of those, I was in LA, man. There was a bunch of strippers. They thought I was a pimp. I'm like, nah, I ain't a pimp. But it was just, I'm like, why would you think that? It was like, it's just your conversation, like the way you come across. I thought when I first met you, I really thought you was, you know, you was about that pimping. And I saw that you're not. Like it would see me in other places and they realized that I wasn't about that. But that's how strong my game was coming off in those clubs. I didn't give a damn. Right. And sometimes you got to do that, fellas. I'm not saying go out there and be a pimp. I'm not saying that, but you want your game so strong that, you know what I mean, you can handle yourself in any situation, no matter how hopeless it may seem. So, I mean, it is what it is. Brother Cody is like, can't blame these dudes for the chicks being loose, which is, I think, what the caller is trying to say, right? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. That them telling dudes these things somehow creates the situation already there. All right, you know what? That's a good point, though. It's the whole what happened first, what came first, chicken or the egg kind of thing. No, I can't blame the dudes for trying to figure out their situation. This is just what they came up with. I can't blame them for trying to figure out their situation. I can't blame them for that. No, I can't. They're just looking for solutions. But I can't blame this dude for calling up Fresh and Fit, trying to get Fresh and Fit to change their message. Hey, Fresh and Fit, y'all should tell all men to leave American women alone because they ain't no good. That's silly. You're gonna see that as this continues. There's definitely a few more minutes to this. That's a good point though, bro. Cody be coming at me with the, you know what I mean, with the mathematics, son. He be hitting me like he's from New York. Yo, check your math, son. You're right though. But I mean, a lot of these guys just don't want to do the work, man. Most people want to take the path of least resistance. For these dudes who are out here struggling in the dating game, you know, getting your passport and going someplace where the dollar is strong is the path of least resistance. And it's almost guaranteed results. Like you're gonna be happy with the results. Let's continue.
Bro. You know, so I'm just like, what's the long-term goal when it comes to, you know, this whole dating and manosphere?
Again,
is the whole term, because we know the money.
Again, caller, you're missing the whole point.
Making money for themselves. We're not strong, independent women. We're trying to make money so we can have legacy.
I just told you, bro. Bro, I just told you.
America with toxic females, or is it overseas? Bro,
you referenced Lucario. Once again, Lucario chose for himself what he wanted to do. As a grown man, do the same. We're not saying, yo, you do XYZ. We're saying, look, as a man, you see how the landscape is. You see what you want to do it. Is it that hard, bro?
Friend, though. But that's you guys' friend.
Yeah, nigga, that doesn't mean we have to agree with everything he does or says, bro.
Nigga, that's anybody.
Yeah, anybody. Okay, but I'm saying, but if you guys are gonna have dating coaches on, like, my whole question is, what's the purpose? Because it seems like there's no long-term goal here. It's just to stay kind of, you know, frustrated with these American women, go back and forth, have them on the platform, kind of argue with them on the panel. I see what y'all doing. It's not no hate to y'all platform, but I'm just saying, what's the long-term goal at the end of the day? Because
the long-term goal is this:
you're traveling out of overseas than men that are in this country that have to constantly go through these crazy toxic issues with these American females.
The long-term goal is this: we teach you how to self-improve. We teach you female nature. We teach you to be the best man that you can be, so that you can decide for yourself what you want to do. If you want to be a passport bro, fantastic. Go to Colombia, rip it up, go ahead and get a bunch of girls, do whatever you want. The thing is, we arm you with the knowledge so you can use that knowledge and do what you want to do with it. My thing is, if you want to get married in the United States or go to the Philippines and meet a girl or have a harem in Colombia, it doesn't matter. We want to arm you with the knowledge so that you pick what you want to do.
They've said that 5 different ways so far, right, to this guy. And this guy still just isn't hearing it. He refuses to accept it. This guy's like, no, you should tell these men in America to leave America because the women ain't no good. Nah, bro. It's not what we're going to know. First of all, that's their platform. They can say what they want to say, right? Secondly, that's not being a man, having someone tell you what to do. This guy's like, you should be telling these men what to do. Tell them this. Nah, man, I'm going to tell you that it's rough out here. I'm going to tell you that this is what women find attractive. You know, like on this platform, I say it all the time, 80-20 rule. Women find 80% of dudes invisible. They just don't even see them. That's my take on it. Women want the best they can get. They tend to gravitate towards the top 20%. Well, what does it take to get in the top 20%? Here are the traits right here. These things right here. This will help you get into the top 20. And once you get into the top 20, you can do whatever you want because now women see you. You're not invisible anymore. Right? You're not invisible anymore. And that's what it boils down to. Your brother tells us like, that's a great test. Yeah, talking about the strip club test. Man, try it. Try it. I encourage people to try it. Go into a strip club, don't spend a dime. Don't spend a dime. Go in there and get the woman's real name and her phone number, not her social media, her phone number. Do that. Right? And y'all look at me, you know, some of these people look at me like I'm crazy. Like, bro, I've been doing this since you was in elementary school, bro. This was always a challenge to us before social media. We go in there and get their real name and their phone number. If I go into a club and a woman comes up to me and she was like, you know, what's your name? I turn to her, I'm like, what's your name, baby? You tell me your name. She's like, my name is Ebony. And I tell her my name is Ivory. Right? And I start singing the song Ebony and Ivory. That's Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. Right? Right off rip. I'm in there like, this ain't real. Like when you go in, you got to understand that when you go into a strip club, man, you are walking into the finesse. That's the finesse. You are going to get finesse. She's going to come up. She's running her game. You got to run your game. Now, most guys go in there because they want to be seen. That's why they go into strip clubs. They want to be seen. They want to be seen by a beautiful woman. And they go in there all the time just to be seen. They get a little touchy-feely or whatever. They get to touch a little booty or whatever. They get to do whatever, but come on, man. You don't even know her real name. It's transactional 100%. And now that I think about it, that's what technology, social media has done. It really has made almost the entire dating marketplace is transactional now. Man, I just thought about that sitting here. Like the whole thing is transactional now. And if you don't have the game and you don't have that confidence and that strong will to yank her out of that mindset, she's probably gonna run you, bro. She's gonna run you. And it's one of those things, and it's not her fault. And a lot of guys are out there like, well, you know, I almost had her, I'm gonna lose her. So I better buy her some red bottoms to keep her. I better take her out to a nice meal. I better take her on a helicopter date to keep her. Like, that's not gonna keep her, bro. That'll keep her for that night. Not even the whole night. You take her out for a helicopter ride and dinner somewhere, you spend $1,200, $1,500. As soon as the date's over, she's jumping into an Uber and she's gonna go over to some dude who's gonna just tear her up because that's the dude she wants. She's gonna go over to the confident guy. She's gonna go over to the guy that looked at her like she was crazy when she said she wanted to go on a helicopter ride. Probably looked at her like, have you lost your man? You done bumped your head, baby. That's where she going after the helicopter ride. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. Brother Dino is saying that they got short-term happiness until the cash runs out. Facts. The long-term problem's still there. How do you build relationships? Facts. Facts. Brother Cody's King, I have heard it's commonly that traits people may find ugly here or attractive to people further away. My guess, a natural attraction for different genes. Possibly. Like, you're like, DL wants to see the ID, bro. You know what I mean? That's a good point here, though, Brother Cody. You know, people always tend to gravitate to what's different. I mean, you know, it's yeah, I see where you're coming from, but these passport bros don't even sense that. I wonder how many passport bros have women that are really generally into them, But the passport bros mess it up because they start throwing money at them. They leave with their wallet because that's all they know. And then the girl's just like, okay, I guess I'll take all this money, but I really don't want it. I just wanted to get to know you. So I just guess I'll take all this money. And like Perry said, there's some parts of the country, there's certain parts of the world in the country, in America too, but there's certain parts of the world where women look at sex, the society there looks at sex differently. Perry said it about Colombia. He's like, yeah, a friend of his told him, like, yeah, down here in Colombia, we look at it as a handshake. Like we don't, it's like, it is nothing. It's whereas Americans look at it, they, it's like a very, very, very precious thing to Americans, quote unquote. But, in certain corners of the world, man, sex is just like, I know in Cuba, man, they have sex for fun, bro, because they ain't got no money to do anything else. So they just bounce up and down on each other, bro. Brother Taz, been out of the game for a minute, though. Got to see if I still got it. Yeah, and walk into one of those spots. I'll let you know if you got it or not. Your brother, Lil. I did it years ago at the Script Club, and ladies would pay my cover before I got there. I never paid. See, that's big pimping right there, right? You hear that, brother? Dudes out there, big pimping. Miss AKA ladies said strippers are doing the Lord's work. That is what it is. It's what it is. That's hilarious. But we're gonna continue here, and there's one more video I want to tackle. Breaking points. They were talking to Shoe on Head about male loneliness. I am trying to get there, so hang in there with me, guys. Let's continue the video.
Capiche?
Okay, so we should definitely be leaning towards letting men know that more on the channel. That's all I'm trying to say, because there's no point of trying to make things work in America with these females when the laws aren't in our favor. They're shaming women that are good women so they can be toxic women. There's no benefits for men here. So I think a lot of times we need to hear more. Password bros is the new way of life. This is the new standard. If you're trying to get a feminine woman and
caller,
go ahead and get a
this is great,
and you want more than just
this is great, caller.
Or you just want to snatch it.
Caller, this is great. Guess what? You have a channel. So how about you go over there, talk about that shit over there? Okay?
I'm already but I'm already doing my shit, bro. I'm already doing
good.
My shit, you know what I'm saying? So
leave us alone. We'll do our shit. You go do your shit,
bro.
We're gonna do our shit.
We brought guests on that talk about. We've brought guests on. Hold on, caller. You gotta chill for 2 seconds, man. We brought guests on that have talked about getting women internationally. Modern Life Dating has talked about it. Troy Francis has talked about it. We literally just posted an episode yesterday with him talking about meeting women in Europe. We brought Casey on that talks about Colombia extensively. We brought guys on that are passport bros, man. Like, I don't know. I would say we're very diversified because we talk about dating women in America, and we've also brought guys in that are passport bros as well, man. So I don't see your point here.
Well, the original, when you guys originally mentioned Passport Bros, it wasn't in a favor of Passport Bros. But like I said, if something has changed now and whoop-de-whoop,
you're incorrect about that.
At the end of the day,
we've never said anything negative about them.
The main solution should definitely, instead of trying to, because you guys said you're trying to also give men.
Yo, let me make this explicitly clear.
Well.
The only negative thing we've ever said about Passport Bros, let me make this explicitly clear. The only negative thing we've ever said about Passport Bros is we said women in the West don't give a fuck that y'all are leaving. That's all we said. That's what we've said. If you take that in a negative connotation, I don't know what to tell you, because women don't give a fuck about men in America in general, let alone guys that are leaving to go to other places. Women really don't care. We know this, which is why they keep asking us, yo, ask the girls on the panel about Passport Bros. You think these females care about dudes that leave the United States to get other women? They don't care, bro.
Yo,
that's all I'm saying.
Caller, if your agenda was to make Passport Bros look good, you made them look annoying and weird. So I think you need to revamp your advocation of Passport Bros, because right now, bro, you look crazy. Just saying.
All we're saying is that Western women don't care.
Let's be real. You're not fresh. I don't know what you're trying to say, but it's like, bro.
Nigga, I just said it. Nigga, I just said it to your face. Who are you talking about? I said you're lame and you're annoying.
I called in with a direct statement. But I called in with a direct statement, so how was that annoying, bro?
Nigga, the whole chat's roasting you, bro.
Like,
you're going in circles. We just told you what it was.
Fresh, you're not fresh, though.
Nigga, you're not Passport Bro, bro. You're not Passport Bro. You're annoying.
What was that white girl? But what about that white girl?
Fresh and not fresh. I mean, that's another thing too, man. Like with this social media, dudes out there that be looking to do this sort of thing. Like this guy, he has some questions. He's using the opportunity to promote his own, podcast, which they cool. They didn't, whatever. He got his own podcast. And Fresh is like, hey, you got your own channel, man. Go over there and talk that talk. Why are you over here talking about it? This guy he wants the Fresh and Fit podcast to tell men not to even approach women in America. Don't even try because the laws are messed up. You don't have a shot, blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, you talk about a defeat. It's like this guy. And the guy's not even listening to anything. This is what I mean about being socially aware, socially in tune to what's going on. He can't even hear what they're saying. They're like, nah, bro, go ahead, do you. Well, you guys should be saying this. Like, no, we're not going to say that. Next. And there's no next. He just keeps going round and round and round. And now he wants to talk crazy about Fresh. Fresh, you ain't fresh. What? Bro. That to me is just, I guess it's part. Maybe one day we'll be real big over here, get like 1 million subscribers, and I'll have to deal with something like this. When something like this happens, I'll just shoot it to Cody. Like, Cody, man, take care of this for me, bro. And let Cody just wreck shop. And then Miss AKA lady will be in the chat just roasting dude while Cody is just wrecking shop. Let's continue.
There was was it like a prostitute or something?
Nope.
You literally wiped the prostitute and you giving dating advice. How does that
Nigga,
work?
Here
I
we go.
smash everything. What are you talking about?
Here we go.
Good, bad.
But you wiped her though. You even
No.
told academics that you wiped her, bro.
Nigga,
So
that was
that's
for
what
a
I'm saying
show.
is like y'all trying to make things work with these toxic American females, but the number one goal should be men making their money and getting out the country so they can stop going through these issues. We
Again,
done helped a lot
you
of
can
people.
go to
Me
your
and my brother
channel
Austin,
and promote
we
that
done
to
helped
your
a lot of
audience,
people out
and I
when
hope it
comes
goes
to
well
this
for you,
stuff.
Passport, bro.
Look, man, I made it very simple earlier.
I can help you not deal with
We
prostitutes,
want
man.
guys. We want guys
And
to
I
be.
don't.
We want guys to be aware, make their money,
I don't
become
feel like you, nigga.
successful, and then they choose what they want to do. So if they want to be a passport bro, they can be a passport bro. If they want to stay in the United States, they can stay in the United States. We want guys to have the choice and do what they want to do. That's the goal here.
But what is the number one solution? You know in life is not no 50-50. Which one is a more tangible option for men of today? That's all I want to ask.
If a guy
So this guy, he goes through all this. Myron and Fresh both explain to him explicitly, like a little kid almost. They explain to, he break it all the way down. And then the guy comes back, well, which is more viable? Shouldn't you be telling them just leave? Listen to what he's saying. Is it the more viable option to quit and run away? I'm just going to run away. I'm going to go where it's easy. This says a lot about, the American man. This says a lot about the American man. This dude, whoever this dude is, shouldn't we just quit? He's not saying, shouldn't we work harder? Shouldn't we work to change the laws? Right? Shouldn't we come together as a community, as a society, and address these issues? He's saying no, cut and run. That right there, that's I didn't even hear that the first time I listened. I missed that the first time I listened to this thing. That right there, that's cowardice right there. Hey, you just a lazy coward. You're just gonna cut and run. That's your solution. And you want these guys, these dudes who are saying you need to work, become the best version of yourself, get your money up, get into the gym, right? Read, get socially aware, get yourself together, and then you can do what you want to do. At that point, become the man that women want to be with, and you can become a better person or whatever. Instead of doing that, you should tell everybody to do like me and just run away. Be a coward like me. That's what I'm hearing right now. And that's sad. How many dudes are like that? You should just be a coward and run away. Miss AKA lady, I mean, if you're gonna go buy a plane ticket, hotel, transportation costs, etc., just to get laid, why not just save money and get? I got stuff coming up. Why not save the money? And I'm sorry, I got pop-ups to come and messing me up when I'm trying to read. I'm sitting here like, God dog it. Yeah, all that just to get laid. Why not save money and get a nice call girl? Sounds like a cost-efficient route, right? Inefficient, right? A cost-inefficient route. Sorry it took me so long to get through that. I got little pop-ups to come up, and as I'm trying to read, it's like I get email notifications, and I'm like, it'll block it, and I'm trying to erase it, and so sorry about that. I hear what you're saying. Passport bros could just go out and get a call girl, right? But they're still invisible. the thing about going to these countries and talking to these women will call you. These women will text you. They will DM you. They will stay on you because they're trying to get $20 or $5 or $15 or $40 or $50 here and there. So between the trips, they're getting inundated with calls and girls are hitting them up and they're getting all this attention. Even if it's just the one woman they want to holler at, she's calling up, hey, baby, and showing her pictures and FaceTime and showing all this kind of stuff. And I mean, it's not even all sexual. It's just, you know, he feels that he is the center of her world. So you can't put a price on that. You get a call girl here in America or the Western world, y'all do y'all business and not it. You ain't gonna ever hear from her again. She's not gonna be reaching out to you like, hey, you want me to come over? Hey, do you need my services tonight? She's not gonna do that. She's busy doing her thing. So a lot of these passport bros, they get over there, they find these women, it's like a relationship, right? They're getting what these dudes with game get every single day. Right? They're guys out there that again, they go from being invisible to being seen, and they're still invisible in America. And when they come back and the effects of whatever trip they took wore off, now they're back to being invisible again. So what do? They got to go re-up. It's like a drug, right? They need another hit. So they're going to go back down to Colombia or Panama or wherever they were. And in the meantime, that woman is constantly hitting you up. Hey, baby, what you doing? Just checking on you. Hey, that every single day. So they're in their mind, they're like, this is my girlfriend. But she's doing that with like 20, 25 other dudes all over America, all over the Western world. And she's getting $10 here, 15 there, 30 there, 50 there, whatever. She's getting the bread. But these guys don't know it because they're not gamed up enough to figure that part out. And Brother Lou's like, dude, probably gets excited about making out on the couch and counts that as a body. Probably does, bro. Probably does. Yep. And then, Brother Cody, you're right. It probably is cheaper with inflation and all that. And I mean, the dollar is real strong, but even for the brokies, like they go down to Colombia for a week or whatever, a long weekend or something like that. It still costs them money. They still got to get back to America. So they got to come back, make money and save up their money to go back down there again. So they're not ballers. They don't have the big bread, but they're messing with top tier women in their mind. They're messing with women they can never approach in America because they don't have the confidence to do so. They just don't have the confidence. They don't have the confidence to do so. This same dude on here trying to get Fresh and Fit to tell all these American men to run away from America. This same dude, if he had the confidence, could talk to any woman in America. He could. He's got enough balls to call in on this show, right? He could, right? He could talk to women, but he doesn't want to put the work in. Brother Cody is king. Even just going down to Mexico or something, yeah, like even going down to Mexico. But it's just these women will continue to call and see these dudes. These guys they got a pep in their step. They go back to work. They're like, you know, he ain't just that little weirdo in the corner anymore. He got his chest held out. You know, he's pucked. He got his chest out, his head up, because he's got this dime. He's showing everybody, look at my girlfriend, look at my girlfriend. And I be telling these passport bros, man, don't be showing your picture of your girl, your quote unquote girlfriend to dudes, not to real dudes. I told you about that story about that guy in Colombia, in Medellin. He showed me a picture of his girlfriend, and I showed him the same picture. Well, a different picture of his girlfriend. Like, here she go right here. I was like, I seen her somewhere, bro. I know her. That woman was trying to get on with me, and I showed him. Be careful who you show those pictures to. Oh, look at that, Miss AKA trying to be slick. Cody, really tell me, how much do you pay for a good night? LOL. That's funny. Brother Cody's like, honestly, I know guys that spends thousands of dollars, for a few hours for a nice one. Facts. Your call girls out there getting $5,000 an hour, and they're providing services. It ain't all just sexual. Right? A lot of these guys, they again being seen. They want to be seen, and that's what these women are doing in these countries. It's going to happen less and less in Colombia because these Colombian women are coming up on the game. So the game is going to shift. These passport bros won't be seen anymore in Colombia, and they're going to start talking bad about Colombia, Panama, DR, Costa Rica. Watch and see.
Guy has his game together, and he knows how to vet the women properly, etc. He can find women here in the West to take seriously, bro.
And see, that's the problem, because we know regardless if you find these women in the West, it doesn't work out. Majority of relationships here do not work out. So that's why I'm trying to tell the real brotherhood, hey, go travel to another country and do what really works. Now, I'm not saying somebody.
Look, bro, I want them to have the choice. I
doing,
want them to
you
have
know
the
what you're doing.
choice to pick
You won't
whether
end up
it's
like
in the
Brent,
United
you know what
States. Look. You said what you said. I want them to make the choice that if they want to stay in the United States and find a woman here, they have the skill set and ability to do so. Or if they choose to go abroad, they can do it that way. I want people to have choices. I don't want them to be stuck and, I got to go foreign and find a woman because I just can't do it here. No, I want them to be able to do it regardless of where it is, whether it's the United States, UK, Philippines, Colombia. I want them to have the choice, bro.
And you're forgetting, caller, there's good women everywhere, even in America too, and in the West.
And you guys don't have their.
And right there, that's the part I really wanted to play. And then we're gonna go to this other video here in a second. But even Fresh and Fit will say, and they just said it, they are good women in America. They've been saying that. They've been around going on 3 years now. I think they've been saying it since day one. They're good women in America. You just got to know how the game works. You have to take steps to protect yourself in America. That's it. You got to do work. That passport bro is a lonely guy who figured out a way to be seen. He's an invisible, lonely guy. He figured out a way to be seen and not to be lonely, to have someone there, right? That's what he figured out. And in his mind, he's like, this is what to him was like, eureka, I've discovered it. And this is what every man in America needs to do. Nah, that's not what every man in America needs to do. It worked for him. But something happens to him, his money runs out, that's it. Them chicks are gone. And he'll be right back to that lonely space because he didn't take this opportunity to get himself gamed up. Hey, Myron Fresh just said it like, bro, there are good women in America. You just got to find them. They are hard to find, but you can find them. They are here. They are here. But that guy doesn't want to do any work at all. That dude doesn't want to do any work at all. Let me say KLA's like thousands. I wonder what percentage of Manum is getting broke off. I know, Miss AK lady, I know women out there to get $10,000 a pop. Do they get it every night? No, they don't need it every night, but they're getting like $10,000 a pop. They might see that dude, 3 times a month. Sometimes that's $30,000 a month. Yeah, she's high end. Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah, she's up there, but she's up there. It's $10,000 a pop, right? That's for a couple hours to hang out with her. Is that the average? No, I don't know what the average is. I mean, the average used to be like $300 for a call girl. You know what I mean? You probably still find that. There are dudes out there, that's all they do. There are guys that maybe I'll find one of those guys and bring them on. There are guys out there, that's all they do is they pay to play. And they know it's like their own little stock market. They watch it go up and down. They know what the cost of Foxy Brownie is. They know when it's like a bull market and a bear market. It's crazy. But there are women out there who's getting it like that. I'm not making that up. Sure, it is. I personally know a woman that gets $10,000 a pop. And it just blows my mind. Yeah, she's fine, but $10,000? Ain't nobody that fine, bro. Not to me, but there's dudes out there paying that money. And when you see her, very elegant. Hermes, you know what I mean? Louboutin, Chanel. She's wearing, she looks like she just walked out of a catalog. You know what I mean? She's wearing Cartier. $10,000 a pop. Pop. I know she was doing at one point, she was doing like between $30,000 and $100,000 a month, depending on what was going on in town. Like, it is what it is. And Brother Cody's King, a lot of those girls pay taxes. Obviously not. But yeah, for real. If you can get it, get it. She was like, they do. Why and how do you report illegal income, assuming they're all doing it illegally? I mean, it's man, look, that money's under the, when central currency, when central bank digital currency hits, yeah, they'll be paying taxes. Until then, they're gonna be getting that money up under the table. Right. In a lot of countries, it is legal. America's only one of the places where this type of stuff is illegal anyways, which I think is crazy. You know what I mean? I think it's absolutely crazy. This guy can have no friends or family around him giving the real advice. He is deaf to Fresh and Fit and everyone. Fact, like that guy was really, in his own mind, he figured it out. And to him, like, this is it. This is the only way. He's fanatic about it. Like a lot of people in religion, he's fanatic about it. and he's wrong. It works for him, but how long will it work? He's wrong. I had one more video lined up, but I'm gonna make it a separate show. I'm gonna make it a follow-up show. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Breaking Points was talking to Shoe on Head, the YouTuber, and they were talking about male loneliness. I was gonna tie those two together, but you know what? I'm just gonna do that one tomorrow. We just gonna end it with what we just saw here. That guy, whoever that passport dude is, dude. If you're watching this, man, you are. I'm glad that what you're doing is working for you, but it will not work for the average person. What you are doing, in my opinion, is you're running away from problems, bro. That is you've taken the cowardly way out. You should always better yourself and defend your territory, defend your zone. Go out there and win. But when I say that to people who've never won in their life, when I say that to people who've, everyone gets a trophy type people, participation awards type people, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. So dudes like that, man, more power to you, fellas. But you don't have any game. Whatever woman you have, some other dude with game can probably take her. You're going to make mistakes. Women want confident men. Confident men aren't cowards. That's how I look at it. I could be wrong. That's my take on it. And Brother Diana was like, DL, maybe you should check out his channel. I thought about that, bro, but I don't know. I might. I don't know. I don't know. I might. But I mean, his whole channel is going to be about running, run away from America. So it's going to be just beating up on women. He's probably got a small, subculture of guys who are like, yeah, you're right. It's just like, nah, y'all need to learn how to win. Y'all need to learn how to win. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's like, well, relationships don't work anyway. It's working for some people. And again, it depends on what your mission is. Yes, you can find a good woman. It's like, well, if you get married and, you get divorced and da-da-da. All right, well, marry a woman who makes more than you, or don't get married, don't marry the state. Don't get married. If a woman really loves you, she doesn't care about being married. If she really wants to be with you, she's going to be with you. She doesn't care about going to nice restaurants. She doesn't care about being in nice cars. She doesn't care about wearing brand names. If she's really into you, she's into you. And that's just keeping it 100. If she's really into you and you doing what you're supposed to do and you're leading, she ain't looking at nobody else, man. You're the only dude she wants to be with, for real. Now, there's some women out there, like, they might mess around a little bit. They don't want to lose you. But I honestly say a woman who's really, really into you, she ain't going to leave you. You are what she wants. So become that guy. Don't become a coward. Don't become a quitter. You know what I mean? I can't stand a quitter, bro. Like, you just gonna quit me? You ain't even gonna try, bro. And not only that, you're not even gonna try, but you're gonna sit here and try to convince other men to follow you, to be a quitter like you. There's no honor in that. So now I doubt if I check out his channel, bro. I really doubt it. Maybe you should check it out, brother. Check it out. Let me know if I should go over there. But I don't think I'm gonna check out dude's channel, man. I mean, that dude's a loser, bro. That dude's a loser. Like, and brothers are like, yeah, he sounds damaged. Yeah, he's giving up. He's definitely giving up. And it is what it is. And these type dudes can get their passport and go someplace where the dollar is strong, and it seems like you figured it out. It seems, right? It's the appearance of winning. When in fact, no, you've lost. You just a loser, man. Come back here. Come back to America. Get your game up and get you a woman here. If anything else, just to prove it to yourself. Like, you know what? I got game. I can handle this. And then go back to wherever country you were in and tell me if you don't see the game. It opens up everything. Now you see it all. Like, oh, man, the little shorty was running game on me right here. But that woman right there, that's the real one right there. Let me go holler at her. So passport bros, the passport is not the end all to be all. If you don't have any game, if you don't have any confidence, trust and believe. Whatever woman you're dealing with, she is running your pockets slowly, draining you. And you don't even care, which is fine. You just giving her the money that doesn't bother you anyway. You're getting exactly what you're paying for. It's transactional. That's cool. You'll never really know what it's like to be in a real relationship with a real woman that wants to be with you. If you just fine paying for it, then just pay for it, bro. It is what it is. I ain't mad at you. But that's it for me today, y'all. I just want to have that talk about that. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. I'll be down there actually in a week. I'll be in Miami. Yeah, I'll be in Miami a little over a week. I got to go down there for a thing. And y'all know I love Miami. I'll definitely do a live in Miami, even if it's just on my phone. I'll just do a live Instagram or a live YouTube from my phone. But I'm definitely going to do a live in Miami this time. If I'm lucky, I could bump into some people and maybe do some interviews. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. So thanks for rocking out with me. I really appreciate y'all. Don't be a coward. Men or women out there, don't be a coward. It's too easy to just give up and quit and run away. Stand your ground. You know what I mean? Miss AKA, he's like, y'all have a solid evening. You do the same, love. What's the comedy circuit like in Miami? Not bad. There's an improv there in Fort Lauderdale, and then they have a bunch of smaller rooms. They used to have 2 big clubs in Miami, but I think it's just the one now. And then Vinny with Vincent O'Shana with Valuetainment, he is talking about doing some comedy events with Valuetainment, like some stand-up events. So I'm trying to stay on him and see what's up with that. But the comedy scene is halfway decent. Yeah, there's a spot. There's like a little spot on Mondays that I know in Brickell. They do comedy, and I think that's a book room. But like I said, I think the only big place is the Improv in Fort Lauderdale, or in Broward. I don't know if it's exactly in Fort Lauderdale or it's just up in like Hollywood or whatever it is, but it's up in Broward County. But it's not bad at all. So thanks for rocking out with me, y'all. Appreciate it. And y'all know what comedy has slowed down for me because now school's back in, so it's hard for me to go do the shows during the week. Even on the weekends, it's hard for me because I got my baby. So I always slow down during the year, but I'll be performing during the breaks, holidays, and stuff like that. So I'm done. Thanks for rocking out with me. This was a good show, man. Thanks for listening to me, guys. The passport bro thing, man, y'all do y'all thing, but y'all need to work on yourself. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at taking trips, but if you a quitter, you a quitter. You know what I mean? I'll just leave it there. I'm DL saying this is the DL saying I really want to know podcast, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.